Today I am taking you guys to the virtual tour to the Optoelectronics lab at Georgia State University, GSU. There are some information we have to be aware before going here, before going inside the lab. This is the Optoelectronics lab and the PI is Dr. Unil Pereira, and our lab is located at Natural Science Center building, NSC building, room number 146, and there is another room. It is 148, and you can see there are so many papers, recent paper and poster on the corridor. Let's go inside the lab. Lab looks like it is the crowd of so many wires, so many computers, and so many things. You can see the pipe and everything here in the top. It is to maintain the environment, like the oxygen level, the moisture, everything, so that it is favorable for our experiment and for the people, for the researcher. And you can see so many computer desk for student. And to understand detail about the lab, you can go to the website of Dr. Pereira. Just Google Pereira at GSU, then it will lead towards this page, physics.gsu.edu/Pereira, and you can get so many information in Dr. Pereira's website, like what are the research areas, how many publications, and these publications are about which research, recognition, his recognitions, and his teaching, grant, available grant, and collaborator, and so many information you can get here. And these are the contact information. And let me take you guys towards the main thing which we are doing in this optoelectronics lab. As I mentioned, we are doing this lab is optoelectronics, means we use the optical and electrical properties of semiconductors, heterostructure, to characterize them. We generally try to understand optical properties and electrical properties. Optical means spectroscopy, infrared spectra, and this IVT. Electrical means we do the IVT characterization, current, voltage, and temperature characterizations. And to do this one, we have to go to very low temperature, so we are using the cryogens, different cryogens, and the vacuum system. You can see diffusion, vacuum, and roughing, first roughing and then diffusion. This is the vacuum system, cooling system. This is another cryogen system, APD. You can go up to -10 by using this system. To go further down, you have to use this nitrogen cooling system, and then helium. By using this system, you can go up to -4. You may have studied in chemistry different gas laws, Boyle's law, Charles' law, equation of gas, like PV is equal to nRT. So everything works in this principle. If the pressure goes up, whatever PV is equal to nRT, you guys can go to the very low temperature. So we have to use the vacuum system to maintain the very low pressure and very low temperature. We have to go to very low temperature. Some physical properties, some optical, electrical properties can be seen if you go to the very low temperature. And this is used to characterize the optical property. This machine is very old, but this machine is very important, critical in this lab, because this machine played an important role to produce so many scientists. There are also so many characterizing tools or you can grow some sample. We don't grow sample in our lab. This semiconductor heterostructure we don't grow, but other sample, like our lab used to work. Okay, these are the chemicals. We have to put the chemicals, this bottle, inside the fume hood, but now these are empty. Oh, our lab used to work on the solar cell and characterize them. So this sample we can grow inside our lab, not the semiconductor heterostructures. So we have to find the collaborator. Actually, we are collaborating in UK, University of Leeds, and other people within the USA with different companies to grow our sample. And our sample mainly includes different heterostructure. You can see inside there are different square shape and black square shape, so we have to characterize them. You can see the different size of this one, so we prefer to choose the smaller one, and we characterize them by connecting them to the different wires. These are called the wire binding. The connection of wire is called the wire binding. We do the wire binding and then characterize them. You can see like hundreds of sample here. So many sample are characterized. Once I remember Dr. Pereira was saying me that the sample grow and everything cost like your car. The price could be like similar to your car, so you have to take care of the sample. I mean, so many scientists are involved, so many time is wasted here, and actually it costs expensive, so we have to be really careful while handling the samples. And we generally put the sample inside the vacuum so that we can preserve for the long time. You cannot see clearly inside the sample, but we have to use the microscope. This is just the, I have to use the microscope. Okay, the detail can be explained when the people are visiting here, but it is difficult to explain here in the video. Recently I cleaned the vacuum system, so everything is like crowded here. Lab was not used for a long time and the vacuum was off, so everything is like dismantled, so we have to fix everything now again. This is the part for the wire binding. The connection of this square shaped dot, these are called mesa, with the electrodes of our characterizing tools. So we have to do the wire binding for this one. And this is another FTIR machine generally used to characterize the biological materials. This is the another project Dr. Pereira is handling. I will make another video for the detailed explanation of this one. Let's take a tour, okay, for the little bit explanation of all the things. The lighting system in the lab, this pipe and everything have a role, because we have to maintain the moisture and atmospheric level, everything clear, everything that is suitable for the lab, for the people to survive here, because this lab is underground, and this is a nitrogen tank. There used to be another helium tank also. It is in the corridor. This is the moisture indicator. Okay. This is green, still green, so we are fine. Yeah, there are so many things, I cannot explain everything here today. there is another IBT system. We used to use that computer, but right now it has not been used for a long time. And there are other characterizing tool, optical and electrical characterization of small samples, which you can easily connect to the two electrodes. For the undergraduate student, they have completed several projects by using this Catley system. You can see so many locking amplifiers. We can also do the surface characterization. So long I have not used. This is after so many times we have not used this device, so we have to clean and we have to use it again. Oscilloscope. So many Catley systems. And there is one photon optics. Like, we don't do the photon counting, but we can get some information here by using this photon optics system. If different people want to conduct different experiment, there is another cryogenic system here. It is in the different room. Cryogenic system, and there is vacuum for this one. Very low temperature. If you want to go to very low temperature, controller. If you want to use the microscope, so many things are available here. I cannot explain all the details, but this is just the virtual tour. You can, I think you may have grasped some idea what are the characterizing tool available, what are the sources available in this lab. Really thankful to you guys for watching this video. If you have any question, you can ask by emailing Dr. Pereira. I think his email is available in his website. Then we can respond to that one. If you further want to get his email, phone number, yeah, here are the information. Thank you guys, you have a great time.